Jonathan, we were just speaking to Karen there potentially about what this means for Iran's nuclear program. What is your assessment at this point?
Well, the strikes are going to make the challenge of accounting for Iran's nuclear program vastly more complicated. Don't forget, as of today, IAEA inspectors were in Iran an average of more than one time a day, visiting multiple sites. Iran has already announced a couple of weeks ago to International Atomic Energy Agency diplomats that any strike by Iran is going to prompt them to implement special measures regarding its fissile material, that is, its enriched uranium, which is currently under seal and inspected. They have said that they would remove that material, bring it into a secure location, and then notify the IAEA after that operation had been taking place. So right now, as these strikes are going on, there's a big question mark hanging over where exactly that nuclear material is and where it's going to be destined for. As for Natanz and Fordo and the other sites, I mean, first of all, there's a great deal of redundancy built into the Iranian program. There are two enrichment sites, both of them heavily fortified, buried under hundreds of meters of dirt at Fordo's instance and tens of meters of concrete and steel at Natanz. And there's an additional site coming online that they just announced yesterday. So this is a vast industrial enterprise that covers a hugely challenging geography, and the idea that a night of strikes will disrupt it, possibly, but
And Jonathan, we've mentioned the U.S. is committed to, and they want to resolve this nuclear issue diplomatically. But as Karen was just alluding to there, potentially this emboldens Iran even more to sustaining their nuclear assets. How prepared do you think Iran was for this? And what does this mean for negotiations then moving forward?
Well, absolutely. Iran's United Nations ambassador was already on the record 2 days ago saying that, the diplomatic course we were already on before these strikes could result in them leaving the bedrock arms control treaty, the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. That is what restricts the spread of nuclear weapons around the world. The only other country to have left that treaty is North Korea in 2003. 3 years later, they detonated their first nuclear device. So, this vastly complicates the effort to reach a diplomatic solution. The Europeans are threatening to bring so-called snapback United Nations sanctions into force before October. Iran has said that if that occurs, they will leave the NPT. So we are on a slippery slope of diplomacy that could make the situation worse.